To you by visitlauderdale.com.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Today, a Visit Lauderdale edition of the Lunchbox, and I am really ecstatic because, first of all, I'm sitting by the beach. It's 82 degrees. We've got a beautiful breeze, and I'm sitting next to a couple of my favorite people, Neki Mohan from Visit Lauderdale and Tim Petrillo, our special guest today. We're at S3 Restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, and Tim Petrillo is the head founder of the Restaurant People, which S3 is one of the restaurants owned and operated by the Restaurant People. Tim Petrillo, welcome to the Lunchbox. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here for sure. It's a great day, beautiful day outside. Always wonderful to see you guys. So super excited to be on the show.
Yeah, no, we.
And Nikki, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
How's everything going?
Everything's great. Everything's great. It's a great time to be in.
Are you like, I don't know about you, but I'm in kind of like, I'm buried in, because I was just so busy doing nothing except eating and drinking for 2 weeks. And now I have to, catch up with all the stuff that I should have been doing. So I'm kind of a little bit hectic, but not too much. But it's really a great time of year because not only is it the peak of tourist season the just post holidays, it used to be kind of a little bit of a letdown. But now we've got the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival coming up. So there is no letdown. We can just keep rolling along. And literally me, I'm rolling all the time. Tim, just tell us a little bit about, first of all, your guys' involvement with the festival, how it's grown, and just where you think it's where it's headed, because it's really it's become this new great thing. It's really tremendous.
Yeah, no, we're super excited about the festival. We've been involved with it since its inception, and I think that it's great to see it grow. It's great to see Visit Florida now Visit Lauderdale is really stepping up and being part of this festival to go to the next level. So I think Phil and Kate are doing a great job with it, and it's growing. The events within the festival are really unique and special. So we're happy to be a part of it.
I think the term that, Nikki, we like to use is it's right-sized. Yeah. It's a right-sized festival. Some, festivals that become so big and successful and it's just huge crowds and there's lines everywhere. And, it's not particularly maybe the most pleasant experience. But this one, I know last year this was given the challenges of the pandemic and everything. And it was still just a wonderful, beautiful day outside for the grand tasting, which this year is taking place on Saturday, January 14th. But there's going to be more than, I think, 40 local restaurants. You get all these great sips and bites, and it's not that overwhelmingly crowded, right?
No,
Nikki?
and it's a really nice vibe. We have it outside, so even after the pandemic, it felt fun, it felt safe, and it's really affordable when you think of the value that you're getting. And it has something for everyone. And now we have the family fun day. That's a free day added for the families. And, we had a lot of people move here during COVID. So, it's like season is ongoing for us. And even you said, Tim, you went out last night. It was
there's no off season anymore.
No, it's crazy.
Peak season and less peak, right?
That's right. And what we're seeing is that the season now is really we don't see the swings that we used to 5 years ago, and especially since the pandemic, a lot of people moved here, right? And I think this festival it's great for local restaurants because we do the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, things like that, and sometimes the locals get drowned out by the nationals.
The big shots.
And this festival gives people who live here and visiting a look at all of our local great spots. So that's what we like.
And you guys at the Restaurant People are responsible for a lot of those great spots. I mean, can you give us the rundown? And I've been a fan of yours since you and Peter opened Himarshi Bar and Grill, which I can't even, this is how old I'm. God, so that's 20. I can't even do the math anymore, Tim. Yeah, 27 years.
Yeah.
It means there's a whole generation of people that have grown up and are actually adulting and actually probably working at some of your restaurants now. Yeah. But since those days. What have we got going now? What's on the agenda for this year, and what's the current stable? S3. This is one of my favorite spots.
Well, thank you.
It's the base of the Fort Lauderdale Beach Hilton.
Yeah.
It's got the perfect blend of casual beach vibe with really kind of innovative. You got small plates, you got large plates, you got a sushi bar, something for everyone, but most importantly, a view of the beach, which everybody seems to love, right?
So this restaurant is one of ours. It's going to be 10 years old in May, which is incredible. And when we first opened, we were on the far side of the beach. No one was down. I mean, the W hadn't opened yet. All these hotels. So we were kind of like on an island down here. But I always, with the views of the beach and things like that, I knew it was only a matter of time to where people really can enjoy a spot like this. So we have this restaurant. We also have Boatyard, YOLO, which is going to be 15 in September. We have Rooftop. We have Taste. We have Tarpon River Brewery. We have Casablanca, which we bought that a few years ago. It's been a legacy restaurant on our beach for a long time. So those are some of our restaurants. We're really excited to be in this town. We're super excited to see this festival grow. It's great to see I take a lot of pride in seeing some chefs now that work for us now have their own spots, and we're seeing the evolution of that. As you said, next generation. You're starting to see that come into Fort Lauderdale, which is great. We love to see that.
Now, we were talking a little bit about, obviously the pandemic, it threw everybody for a loop. And, there was a time where restaurants had to completely shut. Then you pivoted to doing more of the takeout and delivery. Then you had more of the outdoor dining. Now it seems like, even though obviously COVID is not completely gone, there's ways to mitigate it. And we're coming back to more of what we used to call a normal. Sure. What do you think the future holds? And I think I get the sense that people want to go out and they're dying to be together again. And
I think you're spot on. What during the pandemic, obviously that was a nightmare for hospitality all across the globe, right? But we were fortunate. We're in Florida. We have the ability to be outdoors, so we were not as impacted as New York and things like that. And also, the pandemic brought a lot of super talented people to South Florida in the culinary world, in the hospitality world. So that only makes our community stronger. And what we're seeing now is people are wanting to come out. I think more than ever, anybody can, with the delivery services, you can order at home your favorite restaurant. So when people decide to go out, they're really looking for an experience, right? So we are seeing that we typically lean toward doing higher energy restaurants, higher energy experiences, content. People love to post about restaurants and where they are. So we have seen, we get really creative with our presentations now, and that's really important. So when we're rolling out a menu item, flavor obviously is paramount, but there's a lot of other things that we go in and we focus on more so than we ever have, whether it's presentation, plateware, how it sits on the table, all that kind of stuff is really important.
No, and you got the little touches right here. I noticed that on each table here and also at YOLO, they have those little lamps that for those of us who are maybe on the other side of 50 and our vision isn't so good, especially at night, and sometimes I have to put the flashlight on my phone. When you get those little lamps and you can actually read the menu and the offerings, it's just those little touches that you do right here. And it's appreciated.
There's a flashlight in your phone.
I do, but it's so
you say that, though.
To have to
it's interesting you say that, but have you ever been in a restaurant where they don't have lamps and everyone has their flashlight out? And it's almost annoying if you're sitting there having dinner and
you're at a concert.
So
and
that drives a lot of that stuff, and that's exactly right. Now with content and people filming stuff, it's always important to have great lighting at the table.
And it's that attention to detail that sets the restaurant people apart from a lot of others. Let's talk about, the festival. Well, you guys are doing a dinner here, is that right?
We're doing a cocktail reception, a cocktail
party, right? That's the Wednesday night cocktail competition
at Rooftop.
That's at 1 West Los Olas Boulevard, and
we're doing the Art of Tapas. And we're doing the grand tasting, and within the grand tasting, we're going to be doing a TRP Village, Restaurant People Village, where we have all of our brands, doing a special dinner, special plates, and then we have our rooftops doing special cocktails as well.
So, excellent. What do you think, Neki? You're going to be checking out some of those fine offerings?
I come early. The minute they open, I'm there. But no, what I really love about this restaurant and all of your restaurants is that you're really conscious of all the new people that have arrived and live in these high rises, and they come with their kids and they come out to dine. So it's an experience for the parents and also the children, because your servers are amazing.
Well, thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you.
and I know that keeping people has been a challenge.
Oh, yes.
You know, because of everything else that's going on. But you guys have managed to keep your staff together and
No,
treat them really well.
We're very fortunate. We have a great team. We really, one thing that we did during the pandemic is we made sure that, if we're going to say we're a family in the bad times,
Yeah.
I mean, in the good times, we have to act like a family in the bad times. And,
Right.
and we didn't furlough any of our managers. We paid them. We kept them on, and we wanted to make sure that they felt like we're part of family. So and they were able to keep our culture.
Meanwhile, I hate to
Wow,
interrupt, but
that's
I see a
I see
parade,
food.
a procession
Yay!
of food is being brought out to the table. We got Chef Chris Maracolo is going to be joining us in the next segment. Wow, look at these things. It smells good. It looks
Ooh,
good.
looks like
We'll have to
salmon
show it for the
tataki.
the audience out there in streaming land. And again, coming to you live every day on the 95,000 member strong Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, a behemoth, along with the South Florida Live channels on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us on the Lunchbox. We're at S3 Restaurant. We're with Tim Petrillo of the Restaurant People. We're talking about the upcoming Greater Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. That's going to be next week already. It's hard to
Yes,
believe.
I
And
know.
we've got Chris over here and Chef Lindsay. You can step behind the thing. Don't be bashful. We're going to be talking
And
with
we
Chef
see they're living
Lindsay
up
a
to
little
the
bit later.
presentation. Oh,
We're
my
going to be
goodness,
talking with
looks
Chef
so good.
Chris a little bit later. We got a jam-packed show here, and I just want to, I guess, we're going to be talking. Man, it smells so good. I want to dive in, but
What
it
did
looks
we
like we
order?
got some
Some
scallops. So
scallops?
Chris is going to be describing it in the next segment.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what we're going to do now is I'm going to give a little just promotion for, again, Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival. And how about that, Neki? Did you
Yes.
see Rocking New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest in Times Square and that billboard promoting
Yes.
Visit Lauderdale
love
and
it.
the
Amazing.
food
I love
festivals
it.
up there for the whole world to
Yeah.
see?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love
Phil
it.
and Kate and
I
Stacy
mean, what a better time.
and me, I was ready to
Yeah.
plot. It was just such a
What
moment.
a better
for
time to advertise than
Oh.
during the middle of winter, even though they had one of the warmest New Year's Eve ever of 55. But still, I mean, it was
Yeah.
raining there.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous here. I was outside the Broward Center. I was having in the museum. I was having a great time.
No,
and the freezing that they had right before
Right.
drove a lot of people down here to enjoy our warm weather
it
too.
was
It's great.
all good. I mean, it was a little bit wet up
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
but it was nice down here and nice to, again, next week, Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Go to vlfoodwine.com. You could also check it out from the visitlauderdale.com
visitlauderdale.com.
website. But here on the Lunchbox, we're such big fans of it that you get an additional savings if you buy tickets to those big 3 events. Well, now it's down to a big 2 because the Smithfield Barbecue Battle is sold out. There ain't no
My
more
favorite.
tickets, which means doing a pretty good job
It
getting
means
those
I'm walking
tickets
in with
moving.
Mayo. I'm his +1.
It means
gotta
you
sneak in, I
also
guess.
have to
Yes.
get online to vlfoodwine.com now to get your tickets for the other events because they're going fast and they will sell out. Because it is a right-sized festival. They don't want to cram every human being in the planet in there. They want to make it a great experience. And again, the cocktail competition right there at the rooftop at 1 West Los Olas Boulevard there in Fort Lauderdale. That's Wednesday night, the 11th. And the grand tasting is Saturday, January 14th here at Los Olas. What do they call it? Beachfront Park?
and I don't think there's a
Luke,
better.
Oceanfront
Luke,
Park.
Las Olas Oceanside Park.
I don't
There
think
you
there's
go. And
a better venue
No.
for
It's a
that. It's
great
right on the
venue.
water. It's
A1A, Los Olas Boulevard, and it's going to be all set up with all these great sips and bites from all the great local restaurants, along with the national wineries and distilleries. The tickets are already a really good value. I mean,
Yep.
we're talking double digits, not triple
Yes.
digits. And if you use the promo code Lunchbox, that's Lunchbox, you'll get an extra 15% off the already low price. So go on to
Yep.
vlfoodwine.com.
And there's a free family event on the Sunday.
It's a free family event. They call it the Family Sunday.
Yep.
They'll have food trucks set up to purchase food, but there's going to be all kinds of great demonstrations and all kinds of other stuff going on that Sunday, the 15th, along with a Sunday brunch over at our friends Diego and Alex at Temple Street Eatery. That's a new thing for those who like to do the Sunday brunch thing. They're calling it the Chino Latino brunch. All that good stuff. You can find out all the events, buy your tickets, use the promo code Lunchbox, vlfoodwine.com, and visitlauderdale.com. We'll be back on the Lunchbox. Oh, first of all, Tim, thanks so much for
thank you for
stopping
having,
by
thank
and
you for
having
stopping by.
us.
I'm-
Any
goodness,
final
thank
words,
you.
or what do you got upcoming this year? I know you got a couple of openings,
Yeah,
right?
so we just opened a place on Brickell called Rosa Sky in Miami. We're opening a place again in Miami off of Brickell called Giselle that opens in 3 weeks.
Going to the 305.
And then here we are opening a rooftop on this hotel.
Wow,
Nice.
above the Hilton.
26 floors up. and it's going to be called New Bay, and we're hoping for that to be open by March. So we got a big
light bites, cocktails?
Yeah, light bites. Yes, light bites and cocktails. And it's a beautiful space. The view is unmatched. I mean, you're looking over this beautiful ocean. So we're excited about
That's going to
it.
be a daytime, nighttime.
It'll be daytime and nighttime.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
we're
so
excited about that.
lots on tap for the restaurant people in this coming year.
Yeah.
Tim Petrillo, always good to see you. Great catching up. Thanks for having us
Thanks
out.
you, Michael.
And we're
Thank
going to
you very
start
much.
talking to the chefs and the culinary people.
To get into the good stuff.
We're going to get into the food.
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, I'm ready to eat too.
All right, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks. Great. Oh, we'll be back in the lunchbox after these words with chefs.
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
Oh, wow. Look, here we are. We're back on the
God, good
Lunchbox at S3. It's a Visit Lauderdale edition of the Lunchbox coming to you live today
Special
from
edition.
S3 Restaurant right on the beach, Fort Lauderdale Beach, Hilton, 505 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, whatever they call it.
Corner of Rio Mar and A1A.
And I'm pleased to be joined now by, I guess he's the head executive chef of all the restaurant people's properties. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm just going to call him Chef Chris.
Miracola.
Chef Chris
How hard is Miracolo?
It's not that hard.
It's not terrible.
I'm the print guy. I could spell it. You're the.
But
you're
depends.
the
If you're in Rome,
broadcaster.
it's Miracolo.
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 You have to roll the R.
Miracolo.
And well, he's been a miracle for everyone because look at the
Look
food
at this spread, and
turning out.
I'm catching the just beautiful aromas, and I want to dive in.
That's the good part about being on the beach. You know, the air helps
all
out.
my restraint from diving in. But what have you prepared for us today? And
So
how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good New Year so far.
So far, so good.
What we are doing is a little bit of a spread of our salmon crudo dish, which is a yuzu soy
Looks
oleo
beautiful,
verde, which
by
is
the
a
way.
nice olive oil.
I would hold it all the way up, except all the I guess the soy yuzu will spill out
That's why
on
I
the
put
table.
it in that.
But
We put it in that
it-
plate so it can really
it's like-
swim.
but it's swimming. It's a fish swimming upstream, the salmon. And I'm going to go in. Oh, yeah. Go
So
ahead.
this is going to be one of the dishes that we're going to feature at the grand tasting on Saturday at Oceanside Park.
Wow.
That's January 14th.
Yeah, it's nice,
yeah.
clean, and it's even, even the chances are it'll be 85 degrees out there. So we wanted to have a nice, clean dish with the nice, robust flavors. You got the vegetables in the center, a little daikon, give you a little crunch and, a variance in textures. Over here, this is two of Chef Lindsay's dishes. So this one is on our menu. This one's not going to be featured, but this is our new scallop dish. So what we have here is we have seared northeastern diver scallops. They come from Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts. So what you have here is a black garlic and cauliflower puree.
Okay.
The black garlic gives that nice fermented toasted garlic flavor.
These
Very
look
unique.
perfectly, just saute that.
You got to give love to scallops. It would be a shame if, you harvest them and you don't give them the love in the pan.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect. What you want to do with the scallop is has it like soft on the interior, but get that beautiful
Exactly.
brown exterior.
And especially you want that good sear to help develop all the natural flavor, because scallops, the sugars inside them and that natural flavor is based upon their diet is just it's second to none.
All your plates here are so pretty. Talk a little bit
Well,
about
they better be. We have to wait 6 months for every plate we order.
The what I love about eating here is that you can take a break from the beach, eat here, and not feel like huge going back up on the beach after. All your bites are light, they're filling, but they're so fresh.
Well, that's what we're geared towards over here. We always open this. People always ask me to describe the food here, and what I would say is globally beachfront.
Yeah.
These are things that, dishes that you would find oceanside throughout the world. And it keeps us in a position where we can bring a lot of different cuisines and styles to our menu. And it's worked out with us so far. We're about to have our 10-year anniversary coming up here in May.
It's
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
incredible. I can't
there's no
believe-
better spot on the beach, and somebody's probably going to email me and say, yes, there is. But
Well,
what I like about here is that
we
it's,
do have the distinction of being the closest to the water.
There you go.
it's
and-
casual, but it's also elevated.
Yes.
and the and the last dish this was a grouper.
A grouper.
A grouper. You said,
And what's
right?
this hairy thing on top of it?
That's fried corn silk.
Fried
corn
corn silk.
silk.
Fried corn silk.
And
Never had that.
Mhm. It's basically the hairs. After you peel the ears, you peel the husk off the
Right.
corn. The silk in there inside.
It's
got
edible?
it is edible. It's got a very. We don't like to put anything that you can't eat.
Right. It's probably a good idea.
It's a little.
No, that's the rule of thumb is if it's on your plate, you can eat it, including all
Yeah.
these beautiful.
Except the
what's that, the
chopsticks.
nasturtium, the flowers. What are
So
those?
you have what we call, and it's an intensity mix. There's a lot of different edible flowers in there: geraniums, petunias, marigolds, nasturtiums. Nasturtium, which is also where we get capers from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a caper is the pickled bud of a nasturtium flower. So they harvest them right before they're able to develop. And the leaves have a very reminiscent flavor of capers. So what this is one of
delicious.
Chef Lindsay's dishes. She's going to be featuring this at the Art of Tapas dinner that we're doing here on Thursday night.
Beautiful. That's going to be Thursday, January 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people are you going to be at that? They call them intimate dinners. You're looking at
We're looking
50s.
at about 60 people.
Okay, great. With wine pairings and
I'm not sure.
yeah, usually
Well, no, there is a component to it. Yes.
usually these
Actually,
dinners,
we have a bunch of cocktails. I think it's Ranger Rum.
Right.
Ranger Rum is the sponsor
okay,
of this
great.
event. So we're going to have our mixologist Tony, our corporate mixologist, basically my counterpart to the beverage aspect of the company. He's coming in and making a lot of nice cocktails with our sponsor. We make sure everybody leaves with a nice, warm, cozy feeling.
Oh yeah, and again, you're at the beach. There's nothing better beachside than
And rum.
a rum drinks and tropical.
Unless you're,
and,
especially if you're a pirate.
what I love about these dishes, like Nikki was saying, it's perfect for the beach. It's light. It's not going to weigh you down. It's got all these beautiful design elements. It's like plates that are
They're all
almost
Instagrammable.
too pretty to eat. but they are definitely, everything is edible. I like also the variety. You've got, the scallops are from up north, the cold water Maine scallops. You've got local fish. The grouper comes from Florida waters, I assume, and
Sometimes, yeah.
and
But I also like the international flavors.
Oh yeah,
There's there's Asian feel. There's a lot of your dishes, but I've come here and I've had a variety of different international flavors.
That's the good thing about being, how they said, globally beachfront, because that's where a lot of different cultures come to merge into one. Like a Peruvian flair, you will have Latin influences and Japanese influences, where they brought their style of cooking to a different part of the world and made use of all their indigenous ingredients.
I tell you what, this little, was it the Fresno peppers on here? That one had a little more kick than I was expecting, but I like a good kick. So
sometimes if California doesn't have a lot of rain, which is usual, then your chilies are going to be a little hotter. They get stressed out a little bit. The roots have to go down deeper into the soil, and they develop more of the capsium.
Yeah, as you get more adventurous, has it been a problem finding ingredients?
In this post-COVID world, things are starting to somewhat normalize. I don't think it'll ever be the same again. But we are very more cognizant to plan our menus around what will be available. So if somebody calls us up like, hey, I've got these great chilies, for example.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's good. But before I print a menu, are you going to have them in 2 weeks?
Right. I've noticed a lot of menus have been very, especially because everybody's scanning the menus. I mean, I know you guys still have paper menus, but it's just like you have to be flexible.
Yes.
You have to be adaptable.
Well, and even our clientele have been very, understanding. Sometimes,
Uh-oh, we got something else swimming in with Chef Lindsay here.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that. That is looks like a whole fried, also a snapper, a grouper. Yeah,
that's a snapper.
And it is, what is on top
That's like
of
a rock
that?
shrimp?
So what you have, no, actually it's the snapper itself. So what we did is we take the snapper, we cut the meat off, we put it into nuggets, and then we do a nice little rich crunchy breading, and we toss it in a peri-peri sauce, which is a South African style.
I know all about that
peri-peri.
peri-peri.
And then peri sauce from the spatch
I feel like if you
chicken
turn
from
it,
the
spatch days, we would
turn it so it's sideways
Spatch
so our
lives
viewers
on.
can see.
Yeah, there we go.
So then we take the carcass, we fry the carcass, and that way it makes a nice, fun, again, Instagrammable presentation. But that's part of the energy that we want to have here at all of our other restaurants. And I think what everybody goes for, it's fun, adventurous, interactive food.
That looks
And
great.
I think this is actually like a fish that is made like this that my partner would eat because he's very American and he doesn't like his food looking at him. But because you took out the middle and fried it up there, he'll be like, okay, I can do that. I can try that.
A lot of people
Well, some people do get, they have the option to order it without the body.
Yeah, but from the Caribbean, this is how we eat all our stuff.
Exactly.
That's how we eat escovitch fish or whatever.
And true foodies know that the most flavorful part of any fish is in the cheeks. So you want to dig in that.
Oh yeah, actually the cheeks are still on.
Yeah.
But anytime you get the opportunity to cook a whole animal, it's just better to take it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disrespectful to waste any part of it. So that's Chef Chris, what's on tap? Do you see any kind of food trends for the year overall, or what are you looking at? Looking forward to for 2023.
Well, right now we have a lot of projects that we're doing. Right now our concentration is on Miami, even though we're going away from Fort Lauderdale. We have a concept called Giselle, which we're going for a lot of higher end meats and more indulgent products. I think people are getting back into that. We're looking for a great A5 program over there with the Kobe beef, some nice caviar. Again, fun, playful presentations. I really think what is going to drive the trends is, the new chefs that are out there trying to do things that have not been done before. And,
and I think it's exciting because, like Miami got on the Michelin list last year.
Finally.
And we're hoping Fort Lauderdale comes right behind them.
Well, that's what this festival is geared towards, getting the spotlight on, because Fort Lauderdale used to be something years and years and years ago that, would be, kind of skipped over. And now this is really bringing attention to the immense amount of talent that we have in this town.
Yeah.
No
talent.
There's a lot of talent, and just so everybody is decided to go into only 3 cities,
right?
And hopefully they will expand statewide so that everybody's eligible, and that the inspectors will come around and see that we have some really good stuff happening here in the 954. And I'm looking forward to this rooftop project right here at the Hilton.
So are we.
Because rooftops have become all the rage because there's a good reason. People like having that, being
we have a lot
views, and you got these
To
beautiful
be on the
beach
26th
views.
floor on the ocean and just to
It's like
see
being
the
on the
entire
beach without the
horizon.
sand.
Yeah,
So
and we have it, so why wouldn't we use it, right?
exactly.
all good.
It's amazing. Makes the food taste better.
The snapper fried up in the
Amazing.
little bites are very,
So
very good. Again, that peri peri sauce gives it a little bit more of a
Kick.
flavor
Mhm.
and kick.
And the thing I like about peri peri, it's a very round. It's not just a hot sauce. You get the garlic, you get the vinegar.
Right.
It's not just
It's
heat.
seasoned.
Exactly.
Seasoning,
It's a
seasoning.
flavor. It's
a
not just
flavor.
pure heat.
All good.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Chef
good.
Chris, we thank you
Oh
for
my God.
stopping by on the
I
Lunchbox
thank you so
today.
much, Michael. Always a
Good
pleasure.
luck again. The
Great
Good
to see you again.
Thank
two
you
events
so
coming
much.
up. Well, I mean, 3 really. There's the cocktail competition at
Mhm.
the rooftop. Is there going to be food involved with that?
There'll be
or people-
we're going to put out a little display and some of our light past appetizers that we offer up at Rooftop.
All right, good, because I'll be judging and I'll pass out if I just
Awesome.
if I'm just drinking a liquid dinner. But no, I'm looking forward to that. Then, of course, we got the intimate dinner here, and again, all these things. The portion of the proceeds of the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival are going to the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. It's a great
cause.
great outfit.
Yep.
They do such tremendous work
Yep,
down
they just
there.
opened a brand new expansion.
Yeah,
It's
so
amazing.
it's all partly going to a great cause. Visit Lauderdale Food Wine, VLFoodWine.com, or go to visitlauderdale.com. Get your tickets now. The Thursday event is January 12th, the grand tasting January 14th. Chris, we look forward to seeing you out there next week,
Mhm.
and I look forward to eating much more of all this great food in next week also.
Thank you for
the
doing
salmon
this for us.
crudo.
We
Our
really
pleasure.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
for-
We
thank you for
really
joining us.
appreciate it.
We're going to
Yes.
take a break, and after the break, we're going to be joined with the executive chef here at S3 Restaurant. Chef Lindsay Waters Soto will join us on the Lunchbox after these words.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
We're back on the Lunchbox, and I'm going in for a big bite here of that
Yes.
the fried yellowtail snapper
Chef
with the peri peri
Lindsay
sauce and
Waters?
the garlic
Waters soda.
aioli.
Waters.
Yep.
We're joined now. Yes.
Yes, I can take over.
S3,
Take
you
a
can
bite.
take over because I'm
Yes.
gonna do
Chef Lindsay's the
my
executive chef here at
I am.
S3. She's been here 8 months. She's been with the restaurant people for several years.
Almost 4. Yep.
Almost 4 years.
Yep.
And how exciting it is to be the executive chef of this landmark location.
It's awesome. Huge privilege.
What do you, I mean, this is your dish, a big signature dish for you here. Talk about it. That's so fun.
So fun. So we do the hold fried snapper, but just to make it easier for you guys to eat at the table, we take all of that really fresh snapper meat out of there. We dice it up and crispy fry it, toss it in a peri peri sauce. We've got a little lemon caper aioli on the side to serve with it,
which
some
is
fresh
fantastic.
limes.
I just took a bite.
Just a
dunked
good
in it.
balance. A little bit of heat with the peri peri, cools you off with the
The
aioli.
citrus,
A little bit of citrus in there.
acidity.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting on the beach. You know what I mean? Something carbonated in your glass.
Yep.
It's nice.
Yeah. Talk
all
about
life.
the way you've had to evolve your style as you move from place to place.
It hasn't been a challenge by any means. It's just seeing in which way it'll fit into the different concepts. Chef Martin and I worked at YOLO with the dry aged steak program to get that up and running. That was a lot of fun doing it at that location. But since I started cooking, I've always loved to cook seafood. And just to come to this location and embrace everything that was already on the menu, my style of cooking went right along with it.
What's
to be
your
100%
background? Where are you
honest.
from originally?
Originally, right outside of Tampa. I'm
Okay,
from
so
Brandon,
you're a
Florida.
Floridian.
Yep.
That's good.
Went to Johnson and Wales in North Miami Beach.
Nice. Which
and,
is that still with us? No
nope.
longer with us. That's
Rest
a
in
tragedy.
peace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's a culinary school that is
It was
no
one of the
longer-
smaller locations. They had other properties that were a little more successful, so they had to close that one down. But great while I was there. Lots of really cool chef professors that kind of propelled me into wanting more than what Florida had to offer at the time. So I went to California,
Wow.
Northern California. Started at the French Laundry in Napa
you-
Valley.
you
Wow.
worked-
You
oh,
French
wow.
And
laundry.
shortly
Which
after
is-
that, I moved into the city and opened up Atelier Cren with Dominique Cren.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
You
Sure.
have some massive pedigree. That's
a little bit of
unbelievable.
background,
Yeah.
sure. And
Thomas Keller and Dominique Cren are,
Yep.
that's and again, this is the
Worldwide.
type of talent now that people in Fort Lauderdale
Exactly.
are. This is the it's fantastic. And
exactly.
all the food here. I mean, job well done. I mean, the
Thank you.
flavors, the presentation, it's just
Awesome.
so pretty. And like Neki was saying, when I have people from out of town and they want to, they're always asking on the Let's Eat group, oh, where should I go for a brunch or a waterfront view? I always say S3 because the
Yeah.
food here
Yeah.
is
Especially if it's someone that's like on a layover from a cruise waiting to go to the airport.
Sure.
I'm like, you want to see Fort Lauderdale? This is where you
Sure.
come. Because I also like to, I tend to find a lot of restaurants have the same menu.
Yep.
No matter where you go. Not here.
Right.
Not here. And I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
It's inviting, it's comfortable, you're not too far off the map, Michelin style background, and where I'm at right now is completely different, but also the same.
Right.
What are we doing with the different ingredients to make it sustainable? To pay respects to the ocean, the earth, the farmers that
As
produced
someone-
everything for us. You know what I mean? What are
Yeah.
we doing to put that back into our concept without scaring anybody or using big names that nobody knows? You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like taking those techniques that you learn along the way, how to properly clean vegetables, wash vegetables, and cook
Yep.
them.
and it's better for our bodies.
Exactly. So I
and-
really hope personally that's the new trend for this year is that everybody, that fresh start,
oh, it's great.
for
And when
getting
you get done eating a meal like this, whether it's from the sushi bar or some
Right.
of these light bites,
right.
instead of feeling like, oh, I got to go to the beach and take a nap
Exactly.
for 2 hours,
Exactly.
it's like I want to do a little jog sprinting up
Exactly.
and
You
down
got to
the
walk
beach.
down. You got to see everything that this beautiful part of Fort Lauderdale has to
Yeah.
offer.
Don't let him believe that he's jogging and sprinting, okay?
All right, maybe
please do not mislead
waddling.
the public.
I do a
Please
little
do
bit of
not mislead the
waddle,
public.
a walk, but the point is, I'm not
You
snoozing.
feel light. You don't feel like just passing out. Right.
Now, again, growing up in Tampa, you mentioned you have a healthy respect for the local waters,
Sure.
for the environment,
Sure.
and that's such an important component now. I think of
Yep.
eating out and trying to get away from all the ultra.
But also, I
processed
think
stuff.
people coming
Exactly.
to visit, because I know the Tampa area has changed a lot and,
A
and
lot.
elevated, and that's what we're doing here in Fort Lauderdale. We're catering to a different clientele.
Totally. For comparison from 6 months to a year, completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like completely different.
And the old spring bake days of the early 80s, which is how I first got introduced to the greater Fort Lauderdale area, which I love. A little bit different now, a little bit more,
Yeah.
I guess,
I mean, there's
elevated.
still certain places that you can get that vibe from, and if that's what you're coming for. But mainly here, we are a luxury destination
Right.
and a family-friendly luxury destination,
Correct.
which I think that's our vibe.
Correct.
Yeah, and when people hear the word luxury, they think, oh,
I can't afford it.
unaffordable. This is affordable luxury.
Totally.
That's like it's not some other places up and down the coast.
Totally.
Yeah.
And and what I also love seeing is that people like you coming up and now you're taking over. Being able to implement your own creative ideas
Yep.
and some of these dishes, and it's great seeing women being given that
Yes.
chance. And here and just down the block, our friend Paula De Silva
Yep.
at Burlock Coast at the Ritz. I mean, all these things taking place up and down this strip.
Totally.
It's not just the touristy place anymore.
No.
this is for serious eaters.
Exactly.
It's
And
We're
also
making our
notice
mark.
is you guys have put better stuff on your happy hour menus too.
Yes.
It
We're
used
there.
to be just like the little whatever's left over on the happy hour
No.
menu. But the happy hour menu gives you a look into what you could have when you come here
Right.
to dine.
Right. Some light bites, and then you come in here and you just get the full spread.
Well, have you noticed that because of the pandemic, a lot of people are eating earlier, and it's also, I think, this intermittent fasting thing where people want to be done with their
right.
meals by 6
Right.
o'clock.
Especially after the time change, it starts to get dark. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks it's like, oh my gosh, it's only 6:30, but it seems like 9. You know,
Yeah.
got to
So-
get home and get to bed. So yeah, earlier eaters, especially during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the again, the happy hours provide a little bit more of that value,
Yep.
which during these days everybody is value conscious. So,
Exactly.
that's great. But,
Exactly.
Well, what are you looking forward to for the year? Is there any kind of food trends you see on the horizon? Are you playing with new ingredients?
Food trends, like I said, I want to see a lot more sustainability from myself and my colleagues, and everybody locally here. I think we need to make our mark, especially so close to the ocean. But other than that, I think it's a lot healthier eating trends consistently throughout the year, not just in January, but moving forward. Dietary restrictions and stuff really limit people a lot. We have a very large menu here that we can accommodate to those things.
Well, I think that's something too that came out of the pandemic.
Sure.
It's like, how strong are you? How strong
Sure.
is your immune system? How well are you taking care of your temple?
Yep. Exactly.
And there's ways to do it and still indulge.
Exactly.
Yeah, look, I like to eat, but I tell people I
Me
don't
too.
eat garbage. I eat real food.
Exactly.
And, again, when you're dealing with well-sourced ingredients, whether it's fish or, produce, vegetables.
I think this is the most health-conscious lunchbox we've had.
So far,
I love it.
yes.
And it's great.
It is all good stuff.
Great.
Looking forward to the, I guess the intimate dinner is going to be taking place here on that, again, Thursday, January
Are you eating
12th.
at every one of them?
It might be.
Why not?
It's
Why not?
it's part of the deal. Somebody's got to do it.
No, you got to eat every day, right?
Exactly.
You got to eat every day.
And,
Exactly.
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to really seeing
Right
what
on.
everybody does. And Chef Lindsay, I get ribbed because my last name is Mayo, and they're like, "Oh, you're a condiment. You were destined to be a food writer." With Waters, I guess you were destined to master the arts of the sea
Exactly.
and fish.
The
right?
irony.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Chef Lindsay Waters Soto,
Thank you so
we
much. Of course.
really appreciate
Glad to
all
have
you
you
put
guys.
out here. The flavors are incredible. The dishes
on.
are beautiful. Everybody come on out to S3 and again, bring a friend,
Check
bring
out to see
a
what Chef
visitor.
Lindsay's up to.
Yeah, S3 here right at the base of the Fort Lauderdale Beach Hilton, 505 North Beach Boulevard on beautiful, fabulous Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Yep.
Chef Lindsay, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Do we have one more break? No? What? We can. Let's do one more break. We'll be back to wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox after this.
Perfect.
When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
We're back on the Lunchbox, and I don't know about you, Neki. We're here at S3. We're talking Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. But
I'm digging
I
this
am
peri
just
peri
digging the new year
fish.
so far because this is, I
This is a
think,
great way to start the new
this
year.
is a fantastic way. I'm looking at sand and surf and sun, and that's why the name of the restaurant is S3. It stands for sand, surf,
We
and
had
sun.
we had a little cold spell before the new year, and then we just came back brilliantly.
Yeah, no. Lubie, do you want to sit down? We'll chat for the last
Yeah.
segment. We're going to welcome in Mike Lubitz, producer extraordinaire. Got us set up here. And, we've got the kitchen behind us, the beach in front of us. I wanted to spotlight the kitchen here because I think, the beach is definitely a star of the show when it comes to Visit Lauderdale. But we wanted to really spotlight Chef Lindsay and her
but I like
kitchen
that
here.
what Chef Lindsay talked about because, traditionally folks that came to Florida thought we're coming to the beach, we're going to get some food here and there. It's not elevated, but
it used to be calamari, fried calamari.
The same
Or-
menu,
yeah,
the
yeah.
same menu.
You know,
Just they had a fryer and a grill, But now it's just like these are spots that they know the locals are going to want to come to year round, and it's really elevated. It's really, really great, fresh,
and it seems like
sustainable
sushi
food.
has become so big that every place
They've
almost
always
needs to
had
have
sushi
it.
they all
here.
do
Yeah,
it.
and
They've
they have
always-
sushi here, and it's always the good fresh cut. They know what they're doing, and there's some people again, particularly in the summertime when you're at the beach and it's 90 degrees and humid. Really, that it is the best thing to eat is just having those light bites of fresh sliced fish and a little bit of rice, or just having a sashimi platter. It's all.
But
good
they also
stuff.
have just great furniture. You could sit.
Well, that's
sometimes
the
it's like
decor is interesting.
right.
I don't.
It's very welcoming.
Chef Lindsay said a few things that was interesting to me because being my wife who's in the digital marketing industry, and I've focused on all the socials, catchphrases and phrases are what people say. And I being a host talk guy, I'm trying to be sincere and genuine. So I find a lot of it's just forcing in words. What I found Chef Lindsay to be refreshing is she used terms like sustainably sourced and then talked about it. She didn't just say sustainably sourced fish and then talked about the burger. Like she said sustainably sourced and then talked about what it meant to her and what she's trying to do this year. And she's hoping her colleagues and about, and I liked how Chris talked about eating the entire animal.
Right.
That's cool to me that these
Waste
people are taking
not,
that stuff
want not.
seriously, and that's the world we live in today, and I love it.
People should be more adventurous in a new year. Like step out of your comfort
Exactly.
zone, try new things. You've never dug into the cheek of a fish because you're intimidated by the head. Oh, all right, I can understand that.
They just don't like the fish
Try
But
looking
it
at them.
tastes good.
Try it once.
It
Well,
tastes
put a
good.
little blindfold over the fish's eyes and then dig into the cheek. You can do
It's
that.
already dead.
Hey, a couple other things. I want to preview. We've got an exciting couple of days, and this, obviously the big festival coming up next week.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
stoked.
I don't know what's on your agenda, Nikki. I'd love to have you out. We're going to the pizza spot again.
Oh wow.
We're doing
yeah,
Sauce
but
Fest.
you don't know what's happening.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Today, by the
How
way,
does that fit into my New
all right.
Year's resolution?
Today,
No, it's not
by
for
the
you.
way,
It's not for you. Thank God.
is
It's for the slob.
Yeah, today is National Spaghetti Day.
Oh,
In a
good. There you
perfect
go.
world, we would have done Sauce
Today.
Fest on National Spaghetti Day,
That's
but
fine.
sometimes we let these food holidays slide a little bit. But Defo last month, and we send our best wishes to Defo
Mr.
and his
Toe.
toe. He went to the doctors today, so he's going to hopefully have a clean bill of health, and his broken toes are healing up, and he'll be able to get back on his walk of life again because he gets very grumpy without his
Yes,
exercise.
he does.
I would too.
But he started a thing about jarred spaghetti sauce, and he thought I would be poo-pooing it because I'm such a snob. I would have to make my own fresh every time. That's not the case.
As
I
times
like
it can be.
having the convenience of a jarred spaghetti sauce, and I kind of put it out there on the group last month. Got over 600 comments about people making suggestions with their favorite jarred sauce. Do you have a favorite jarred sauce right now? Okay,
Oh, no.
she's shaking her head. No,
I don't eat a lot of pasta.
Okay.
Really?
But
I do.
But
love
when we do,
Just from scratch.
my partner, he does a great Alfredo sauce from scratch.
Nice.
Oh, Alfredo.
And I just would do like some sauteed tomatoes
There
or
you go.
whatever,
See, I'm
and light like Parmesan.
I
I don't do a
love-
whole lot of.
Yeah, I use.
I love just getting a can
But
of
But
the
why
good
do it
San
when I can go to Il
Marzanos.
Paesano
Yeah.
and they can do it better?
Exactly.
They can
That's
do
the way
that.
I see it.
It's true.
But in any event, I've become a maniac, and I've been like hoarding different
Become?
jars of spaghetti sauce. I've now amassed a collection of
Are you-
25 jars. There is no way that we could have we're going to have a panel tomorrow. So if you can stop by, I'm going to be doing preliminary tastings tonight and tomorrow morning.
Why?
Blind
I don't want
tastings
to-
with my daughter.
Yeah, I don't want you to have a predisposed
Well, no,
notion.
but I have to whittle it down to like a final 8 or 10 because we
time.
can't sip 25.
I'll see if my good friend Carrie Sanders.
I was
can
going
come
to say,
and
if
join
someone wants to join us,
No, we're
that'd be
going
fun.
to have Joe
because he lives
Casale.
down there.
I'm trying to get Tom T.
I have a
I'm
lunch
trying to get my
meeting
friend
tomorrow.
Giovanni Rocchio, who used to own and operate Valentino restaurant, and definitely need some women representation. I'm kind of try to get some. Michelle maybe can drop by from her
Yeah,
lunch hour, but it's all last minute. But what we're going to do, I want to kind of crown two champions. One in what I call the value jarred sauce, which is like $5 under $5 a
Bertolli,
jar.
I like Bertolli. Is that
And
considered
then
value?
the over $5, which is now, that's becoming a big market. You've got besides the Rayos, and now Carbone is there, and Cafe Morano. By the way, I'm still on the hunt for a Cafe Morano jarred sauce. They're not carrying it at Publix anymore.
There's more food.
Is that for us?
Oh, there's more
I don't
food.
think that's
I don't
for
know.
us.
There's
Is that
more
for us?
food coming. But anyway, that's going to be tomorrow. We're going to figure out and crown jarred sauce champions. Again, I think I have to do some preliminary work to weed out the Pregos and the rock.
You better make sure it's unknown, and there better be some fair trade involved with this.
All right.
Wow.
Well, we'll sort
We
it
go
all out.
long.
That's going to be tomorrow at the pizza spot.
This is
Oh, look at that
amazing.
sushi platter. Just because we didn't have enough food.
I was going to say, Lindsay,
And,
do you want to come? Do you want to sit down for a second and explain it? Because let her explain this, because this is amazing.
All right, we're back here. We got hit with the late barrage, a tsunami of sushi on the ocean.
Guest to the party.
Yeah, back with Chef Lindsay.
Hi, y'all. Here I am.
Yeah, what do we got?
We got a sushi platter. So this is just probably one of our most popular sellers here. Everybody comes for the happy hour in the afternoon, like you guys said. Nice little sushi platter on crushed ice. In front here, we have a little octopus salad, our arrowhead roll.
Nice.
And then
Just
an assortment. It's a little crab, tempura shrimp, some avocado on top, sriracha, spicy mayo. And then on the platter here, just a chef's choice, fresh selection. You can make your different selections once you come in and dine with us, but we just wanted to give you guys a spread of
some tuna,
everything
some
that
salmon,
we got.
some hamachi,
little tuna tataki,
tuna
some sweet
tataki,
shrimp, some ebi.
eel.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Just a little bit of everything.
That's it.
I'm gonna need a
that's
bed.
it. We got hit with the bounty of the seas.
Gluten-free sauces, regular sauces, spicy mayo, every different condiment you guys could.
Right, you mentioned gluten-free becoming a big thing.
Sure.
Soy sauce has gluten in it, so that's why you have the other options for those who are dealing with health issues or lifestyle choices.
Exactly.
It's great. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
we want to make it easy for people to come in and hang out with us,
Great. All right, Chef Lindsay. Well, thank you for
I'll
burying us in fish today and seafood. It's a good
anytime.
thing. It's really a good thing. It's healthy and light, and I almost feel guilt-free about chowing down on all this. All right, well, that's going to do it for today. Neki, any other parting thoughts as we head into the
No, we have
Food Fest next week?
Beginning. This is season. Visit Lauderdale.com for everything you need to know. And we have so much exciting stuff happening. So
Any other big groups or conventions coming in the next couple of weeks?
We have so much going on. We have a lot of sporting events, a lot of swimming events, and it's all over. And you just have to check it out on visitlauderdale.com.
That's it. There you have it. All right, Lubie, thanks for all your fine, hard work today. Neki Mohan, thanks for coming out again. The Visit Lauderdale crew wishing everybody out there a happy, healthy, prosperous new year. And until next time, this is Mike Mayo saying, remember to enjoy every piece of sushi, every fried snapper, and also enjoy every sandwich.
Sandwich guy.